I'm really happy to be here in Klapmuts. I didn't know there was a place called Klapmuts. I used to only see it on the N1, on that sign, Klapmuts, Stellenbosch, until in 2018, I came to the area, to the community, for a door-to-door, as they call it, public engagement. And I was told so many stories, and most of them centered around education and children, and the way in which children had to travel long distances in order to get to school. So we agreed that we would try to talk to Minister Mochecha and to the then MEC, and I must say I'm really grateful that they responded positively. Yes. I will write both to the MEC and the Minister of Basic Education to thank them on your behalf. Yes. But I'm only going to do so when the foundation for the real school has been laid. Then I'll give praise where it's due. This is still a temporary facility. We're very happy, Mr. Mateus, that it has happened, but I want to see the ground dug for the real school. Then I'll know that at last the community will get a school and schools for children, both at primary as well as high school level. I believe education is extremely important because it is the foundation for transformation. And if you do not have proper educational facilities, then your people and your community is entirely held back. And something that is quite sinful happens. Those of you who are believers know that in the Bible we're told of talents, yes, that are given to us. Yes. And that part of what we must do is we must put our talents to good use. The Almighty will actually punish us if we do not use our talents properly. And so it is through education that you hone, you massage, you shape, you grow this talent into its full flush. And it's schooling that helps us to do that. I would like Mr. Mhlum to challenge the school. I'm really glad that you are aiming for a multilingual school. But what I would like you to do is to also look at how you build bridges, is to bring the children together and not allow language to be a divider. So I think it would be very important that the children that we call African learn Afrikaans, and those that we call colored learn isiXhosa. In that way we begin to build the kind of nation Nelson Mandela and those leaders thought of, which is a nation united in its diversity. Our children must be different from us. Yes. They must build a South Africa that is truly one nation united in its diversity. This has to be our ambition. Otherwise, what we do is we perpetuate the divisions of the past. And it is in school that you can begin to build a new culture and new capacities. So I hope that what the school will become is an example of how diversity works for a nation. And I think if you make aim at that, you'll actually surprise yourself at how intelligent your children will be. Because language is such an important intellectual skill that when children have it in abundance, it helps them with every other area of knowledge. So multilingualism is an absolute strength, and I hope this will be a school that will encourage the skill of multilingualism. I'm still hoping that we will have high schools that teach children one international language at least. Because why should our children not be able to speak French, which is spoken in many parts of Africa, or Portuguese, which is spoken in a large part of our continent? So these are called modern languages for some reason in the language learning sector, And I think these modern languages from other parts of the world should be available to the children of South Africa. We have said we want to grow tourism in our country, because tourists, every 5 tourists create 1 job. We've been attracting up to 12 million in a good year before COVID-19. The numbers have significantly gone down, but those tourists, the ones from China, would like a tour guide who speaks Mandarin. The ones who are French-speaking would like a tour guide who speaks French.
Yes.
The Portuguese would like a Portuguese-speaking tour guide. So as a country that is cosmopolitan and is aiming to attract the world, we've got to think differently about education. We can't be narrow in our thinking. We have to broaden the horizon of knowledge opportunities for our children. And as parents, you must also aim high. So you must support the school to succeed.
Yes.
That's going to be very, very important. And when the school is built, remember that it was you, the community of Klapmuts, who said you wanted a school.
Yes.
That means you can't vandalize it. That means your children cannot refuse to attend school. That means no child must come to school without homework. And you have a responsibility as an adult to help the learner with their homework, to help the learner to succeed, to support the school and the teachers and the principal to succeed, to support the circuit manager to have a circuit that offers quality schooling and is known for that. So as parents, as adults in the community, we have a very important obligation. So I expect as well that as you meet a young child in the street, whether from this school or any other, you'll ask them, so, ubufundeni namhlanje? Ufundeni ntoni? Kangiqalele. Incwadi zakho kutheni ungaphathanga incwadi? Have you done your homework? Ngibona esitradeni qho. Why are you always on the street? Why are you not doing your homework? Let me see your books. Show me where you got 10 out of 10. Just make your community a learning community. This will transform our society and our country. It wasn't a thoughtless error for those who oppressed us to offer us low-class education. They knew what education means.
Yes.
So what we must do is we must commit to high-quality education. And everybody in the community has to become a knowledge-driven person. We are fortunate that in our country, we do offer opportunities to acquire literacy if you don't have it. We have opportunities to have 2nd, 3rd, 4th chances to learn. So don't deny yourself education and perpetuate the history of inadequacy that has been our history. It is possible to turn history around, and the means is education, the means is knowledge. So I am asking that you support Mr. Mhlome and the team, that you support Mr. Mateis and all those administrators who are supporting our education. We're a very weird community, I find, that we build residential areas, but we don't put a church, we don't put a mosque, we don't put a school. Very odd. So I'm glad that we are beginning to repair our problems, and we're starting to put in place those amenities that support communities to have services that contribute to their development. I'm very, very honored and privileged to be part of the process that has unfolded here. I know that there's still huge work that needs to be done to make Klapmuts a nice community for its residents. Not everybody has good housing. I've seen, all those houses when you walk up the road, they're higgledy-piggledy. You've got to get proper streets, proper houses. So there's still a lot of work that we need to do, Nandi, with everybody. So I hope that we are going to continue to work together. Of course, you heard from the introduction that I was born in 1953, and everybody's chasing me out now. But fortunately, I continue to have energy, and I do commit that I will always focus on development, and in particular, I'll focus on education, because I believe education is the road to progress. And that if our people, all our people, enjoy quality education, we will radically change our country. So I wish you well, and I hope you continue to support the school. I'll keep an eye on it. I've been involved in school provision for many years. Some of you might know, many years ago I was involved with the Independent Development Trust. And the IDT had begun a school building program all over the country. I was a member of the Western Cape school building program of the IDT. And we built schools in Langa, we built schools in Khayelitsha, and the beauty was the program involved the community being part of the building program. And all those schools continue to stand up to today. Because the community loves the school, their hand is there in it. So I hope we'll have similar participation by the local community in the new build that will take place. But the key, and how you will help us all, is you as the community must support the education department, you must support the school to succeed. So thank you very much to all of you for being here, and I hope this will become a model school, not just in Klapmuts, not in Stellenbosch, not in Cape Town, not in Western Cape, but for South Africa, because it will espouse multilingualism as an important knowledge attribute for children of South Africa. Thank you very much.